Hello, Tomahawk YouTube here. When it comes to making the inside of your PC more beautiful, cable extensions are a great way to accomplish this goal. But the problem is that manufactured ones, while cheap, are often ugly with lots of heat shrink, and custom ones are very expensive. That's where Cablemod DIY Extensions come in. They let you get that DIY touch without that heat shrink and still get beautiful results. Stay tuned to see my full review of this product. To make the Cablemod DIY extensions, you're going to have to order a few things. First, you have to order the cables, which have these white and black tips when you get them. They all look like this, and they come in packs of 4 and are available in a whole rainbow of colors. You will have to order the plastic connectors for your graphics card, CPU, motherboard, whatever you plan on sleeving. This is just an 8-pin CPU, but I also ordered some other ones for my graphics card and motherboard. And then this isn't really required, but I highly recommend it, is the cable combs. And these are the Cablemod specific ones because the Cablemod sleeving is thinner than most sleeving, so the other ones won't really properly fit on the Cablemod sleeving. The only thing I will say on these are super fragile. In fact, this one already broke and I had to glue it back together. So don't actually slide it up and down the cables. Just find a place where you want the comb to stay and pull the cables tight through it, and that will still train the cables. And if you're having problems, just train the first few inches, and once that strains, move it down a little bit, like take completely off, move it down, put the cables back in, and just train a few inches at a time. It doesn't take but a few hours to get the cables in a firm enough position such that they will train themselves. And to assemble the cables, it's rather simple. You just take your end with the little tab on the top, line the white end up with that, pull the little white part off. This one I've already done that, so I'll go ahead and take that one, but it's very easy. Take those little rubber ends off. Line up those top pins that are on the white end. It's really hard to see them, but you know what I'm talking about. There's 2 pins that stick up on that white end. Line those up with the latch. And just push it in, you'll hear a click. You'll bring it around, plug it into the corresponding port. This one doesn't have fins, but it has 2 little sidewalls. Line those up with this little latch and it'll just slide in. I found that you can't actually plug it into the wrong end. If you try to plug the white end into this end or the black end to the end with the latch, it won't go in and it won't make that click. So if you push it in, you hear a click and you can't pull it back out, just give them a tug. You'll know that you're good. As far as the quality of the sleeving goes, it's very nice, and while it isn't quite like custom Lutro Customs quality, or if you did your own, it's a lot nicer than those pre-made ones, especially considering you don't have the heat shrink. So you can see on that one, you don't have any heat shrink on the end. So it's a great alternative to doing full custom, and it still gives you 90% of that look while being 10% of the work. These take just a few minutes to assemble. And they're much cheaper than going full custom, as all 4 of my cables, the 8-pin CPU, 2 8-pin ATX, and the 24-pin connector for the motherboard came to $50, which might sound expensive, but that's the same price as buying manufactured ones that look nowhere near as nice, and it's less money than it would cost just to make one motherboard connector if you wanted to order them pre-made from Lutro Customs, and that's about the price you'd pay for a 24-pin if you wanted to make it yourself by the time you bought all your tools. So cost-wise, these are not that much for the quality they deliver. In conclusion, the Cablemod DIY extension kits are a great way to make custom looking sleeving while not paying that expensive custom price. They are great quality and they will add to any computer build's aesthetics.
Thanks for tuning into my video. Please like or dislike and explain in the comments section why you did so. I'm open for video suggestions and constructive criticism. Subscribe if you would like to see more tech-related content from me. Thank you.